Namaskaram students. In the previous class we have discussed about what is entrepreneurship. So many definitions we have discussed. In today's class we have discussed the first 5 characteristics in the previous class. In today's class we are going to discuss about the remaining characteristics and also the importance of entrepreneurship, and also what is the difference between the entrepreneur and the intrapreneur and entrepreneur and the manager. Let us discuss. Let us get into the topic now. Entrepreneur should put in steadiness, industrious. We call it as a industrious. Industrious means industrious, great body. Industrious. And constant endeavors. See, one day we are approaching the bank manager for loan. The very next day the manager is refused to give the loan. Immediately we don't want to, we will get back. We will have a setback. We don't want to do like this. As an entrepreneur, if you want to enhance the business, if you want to you have to bring the business, establish the business. Also you should have a contact touch with the bank manager. So, you must have a consistent approach with other persons, such as bank manager and also the customer, everybody. Then, entrepreneur should put in industrious endeavors, constant endeavors to accomplish the goals to the venture successfully. They have to courageously face uncertainty. He must have the courage to face the uncertainty, risk bearings, and also constraints. Any constraints will come, business constraints, everything will face by the entrepreneur without any frustration. So they should not blame the uncontrolled factors of the misfortune experienced during the course of their entrepreneurial venture. They should not blame the misfortune. It is my fate. It is my reality. I know that. We should not say like that. It is our duty to do the hard work. In due course, only after 10 years or 15 years, we will become a business magnate in the business. See, you go and see the very number 1 entrepreneur, a person, those who have started a Reliance, they have started a very small petrol bulk. From that only they have started their life. So, it will take time to reach the goal. Until then we should wait. We should work hard for the good success, good period. So, entrepreneur has to, they should spend their energy and also they must addressing the issue to stay successfully. We must stay successful. Whatever it may be the person, anybody will frustrate us, we should not go with that. We must have our own motivation, our own morale, our own idea, everything. Then come to leadership. Then entrepreneurship should be able to influence team members. See, lot of team members are there. In that team member, you will be the leader for the team, isn't it? So, we must possess the leadership quality. Then only we can manage the person. So, we have to show the sympathy. So, sympathy, empathy, we have to show the team members sympathy, empathy. So that only enable them to contribute. They will contribute the positive approach towards the goal of the venture. So, whoever working under us, we must show the sympathy and the empathy towards them. Then only they will work positively and their productivity will be more. So, we must show the sympathy and empathy. So, entrepreneurs should lead others from the front and by the personal example, and should walk and talk and effectively take all the followers to act in the first. He must lead the other from the first. So he must, from the higher level, from the administration higher level to the lower level employee, he must talk and walk with everybody else. So he must maintain the relationship, good relationship with all the person in the business venture. Then only they will do their own job with good mind. Our business venture, our business also will be very effectively, they will take part in the business. Then foresight. Entrepreneurs should have a foresight to visualize future business environment. See, in other words, how can we say? Entrepreneur should foresee the likely changes. He must foresee the changes of the environment. What is going to change? What we have to change in our, depending upon the market condition, business environment, he must change his own methods of business. Everything to take part in the business, then his consumer attitude, technological development, and he can make timely action. According to the business changes, environment changes, he can take a timely action so that he can get more profit. Changes is inevitable in the business. Changes is inevitable in the business. Then analytical ability. See, entrepreneur should not make decision on the basis of own prejudice. Whatever personal likes or dislikes, he should not show the personal thing in the business. Whatever, he should not bring his own prejudice, means what? Own thinking. They should abstain from taking emotional or hasty decision. See, entrepreneurs should be able to objectively analyze the situation and act accordingly. What is the objective of the business? For what reason we have started the business? Where we are, where we want to go. So, which is a route for us. So, what are all the achievements we have done? What is yet to done? So, we have to measure that achievement, and what is not done should be done within the stipulated period. So that we should not take the hasty decision. The entrepreneur should abstain from taking an emotional or hasty decision. See, suppose there may be a loss. Immediately, the entrepreneur should not take a hasty decision. Nowadays, so many of them are getting a suicide or something. So, we must have the courage, we must have the ability to bring our business. So, that analytical skill is needed. What to do, what not to do, that is very, very important in the business. So, in simple words, entrepreneurs should take rational decisions after examining the various aspects of the problem. We are a rational human being, isn't it? In economics we are studying. We are a rational human beings, we take a rational decision. What is affordable? That decision alone we can take a rational decisions. After that decision, we have to take a decision. We should not take a decision in a hasty mind. We have to take a decision in a relaxed mind. Then only we can take a good decision. And also, if we are in a trouble, we should not take a decision. After that all the storm was over, then let us take a very good decision. Let it be 1 or 2 days, see if somebody will give check, that check will be bounced. So something will be quite natural. So we must wait for the day of good. What is how to take a decision? See, entrepreneur has to take timely and the correct decision we have seen, isn't it? So, with regard to what? With regard to nature and type of product to be produced. What product to be produced? Which product to be produced? Which product to be produced? size of the unit, volume of production, size of the unit size, volume of production, then everything will be taken decision by the management, by the entrepreneur. So the very success of entrepreneur hints on prompt and correct decision and relevant decision made by the entrepreneur. So the entrepreneur, what they will do, they should rationally examine all the various factors. What are all the factors influencing the decision, and then they can take the appropriate decision after giving the due weightage. They must give a due weightage to all the factors of production. He must give due weightage to all this. It is risks embedded in the various products, isn't it? So depending upon that one, he must give equal importance to all the product. So like this he should take a decision. So once again, so many of the authors have given so many different angle of definitions. In that, entrepreneur is a risk taker and risk bearer, and entrepreneur is an innovator, creator, entrepreneur is an organizer, and then characteristics of entrepreneur we have seen. In the characteristics, I will conclude spirit of enterprises. Whatever the obstacles may come, let it be, we can proceed further. So the good day will come, the day is waiting for me. So such a positive approach is needed for the entrepreneur. And then self-confidence. So without any, we should not lose our hope. With this positive mind, with self-confidence, we should proceed our business. We should not stop the business. We should maintain the consistency in our business. Flexibility. We must change our business environment depending upon the market condition and technology. Innovation, new method, new product, we have to innovate. And what are all the various territory is not getting the product, we must approach the territory and give our product. Resource mobilization, tangible and intangible assets are there with us. Tangible assets we can purchase and we can buy from the market, whereas the intangible asset is not easy to buy from the market. It is our duty. We must have self-motivated and we should do the business. Then hard work never fails, isn't it? So the business person must be industrious. Always they must think of business and think of his upliftment of the business. Then leadership. He is a team leader. He must stand front and take all the person. So he must be hand in hand in the business and he should bring the business number one. Then foresight. Changes is inevitable. What are all the changes he will bring? He must bring the changes within the stipulated time. Then analytical ability. A rational decision must be taken within the stipulated time. Then decision making. What are all the product he must change the product, or what are all the how many employees he must employ, and what is the unit size, what is the volume of the production, and everything he must give due importance, equal importance to all the factors of production to bring the upliftment of the business. So this is how today's class was over. Then tomorrow, next class, let us see about the differences of entrepreneur and intrapreneur, entrepreneur and manager, then importance of entrepreneur. Rest of the session we will continue later. Next class. Thank you, girls. Namaskaram, students. In the past classes, we have learned about what is entrepreneurship, what are all the characteristics of entrepreneur, and so many authors have given so many definitions. Apart from the characteristics, today we are going to learn about importance of entrepreneurship. Before that, let us know about what is entrepreneurship. What is entrepreneurship? And today we are going to discuss about the importance of entrepreneurship. What is the innovation and contribution to gross domestic product and export promotion and full utilization of latent resources, how they are getting the economic power. And also, because of entrepreneurship, how we are developing the standard of living of the people. Everything we are going to learn, and apart from this, we are going to learn about entrepreneur and intrapreneur. What is the difference between the entrepreneur, intrapreneur, and also the manager? So let us get into the topic. Now let us know about what is meant by entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship means what you have all heard about the meanings, isn't it? So what is meant by that? See, entrepreneurship, it is the ability and also it is the readiness to develop. He is going to develop, he is going to innovate, and he is going to organize. What he is going to organize? To run a business organization, to run a business enterprises along with any of its uncertainty. So, entrepreneurship is ready to bear the uncertainty in order to make what is the ultimate gain he is going to get, what is the reward for him, profit is the reward for him. So, the most prominent example of the entrepreneurship is that, what is that? They are going to start a new venture. It is called entrepreneurship. So, entrepreneurship is the immense strength and a spirit of humanity which made possible the great geographical discoveries of the world. So, entrepreneurship is going to bring a development, he is going to give an innovation. So that only we are telling entrepreneurship and innovations are closely related and it is closely intertwined. It is closely twinned with each other. So we should not separate the entrepreneur and also we should not separate the innovation. So entrepreneurship and innovations are closely intertwined with each other. So no exaggeration. It is not exaggeration. I am not exaggerating that with entrepreneurship alone doing everything. Yes, it is really without the entrepreneur, we are not going to get a new product. We are not going to get a new market. They are going to invent a new technology. So, because of this invention, what is the effect? We are going to get the rise in the income output in our economy. Isn't it? So, it is no exaggeration to any that innovation cannot happen in any to entry without the entrepreneurship. See, without entrepreneurship, nobody is ready to take the uncertainty, nobody is going to take a risk in the business world. The entrepreneur alone going to take a uncertainty, risk bearing everything, isn't it? So that innovation and the entrepreneur is closely related because then only they can survive in the market. If they want to do business for the long run, it is very important for them to give an innovative product. So no innovation is possible without the entrepreneurship. The only thing, we are not exaggerating. See, practically you can see entrepreneur alone. See, Reliance Ambani and also Tata Birla. You can take Success and TVS Group. So they are all called entrepreneurs. You can take their success story, HCL, lot of many entrepreneurships. They are going to innovating the new product, new venture. They are upgrading the product. So that what is the effect? That effect is inventing a new technology to produce a product or service. All these innovation exercises, what is that? It ensures the rise in the income output in our economy. So our national economy is, they are contributing towards the gross domestic product. So that we as a ordinary man, as a layman, we must promote the entrepreneur. By promoting the entrepreneur, what is the effect? We can get the additional gross domestic product and also national income also raising. So countries like America, Japan, Germany, these countries, they are encouraging the entrepreneur so that their country's gross domestic product also increasing. Phenomenal to that phenomenon, what is the effect? Their country per capita income also increasing, as well as the per capita income is increasing, as well as national income also increasing. Then what is the export promotion? They are doing the export, not only they are earning the local business, they are not only they are doing the internal trade. See, most of the entrepreneurs are doing the external trade, international trade also. So because of the international trade, our foreign exchange also, it is, we are getting the foreign currency, foreign exchange rate also will be increasing. So that we are encouraging the export oriented goods. We have to produce the export oriented goods. For instead of that, we have to substitute the import goods. So what is the effect of this? So that we can get the adverse balance of payment. So we are going to see about export promotion, how they are promoting the export, how the entrepreneur is promoting the export. Let us see. See, entrepreneur helps a country not only earn profit, foreign exchange, but also to preserve the foreign exchange. They are not only earning the foreign exchange, they want to preserve the foreign exchange rate. Then, if entrepreneurship is encouraged to produce export-oriented goods, export-oriented goods means what? What are all the goods we can, everything, what are all the export-oriented goods? Already in 11th standard you have studied about the herbal products and also lot of machines and so many electrical items, everything is export-oriented goods. So it can be significantly add to foreign exchange reserve of a country. So similarly, entrepreneurship also encouraged to produce products which are usually imported from foreign country, which we are importing from the foreign country. Now we are going to produce the same product in our country. So in our country also we are getting the same product with the less price. That is import substitute goods. So whatever the surplus goods we are going to export to other country, and whatever the goods which we are importing from other country, for that instead of importing from other country, why can't we prepare? Why can't we do that technological? We will implement all the technological in our country, and we have to import. We have to promote the product. We have to produce the product. So this comfortable, what is the cost, what is the consequences? So the comfortable foreign exchange reserve position is more likely to address the adverse balance of payment position. So what is balance of payment position? What is meant by that? Already in the 11th standard you have studied about balance of payment and balance of trade, isn't it? What is meant by adverse balance of payment? Let us see. What is meant by adverse balance of payment? See, the difference between the value of transaction in which money leaves the country. What is meant by adverse balance of payment means the value of transaction which money leaves the country, money leaves in from our country, and also the value in which money leaves the country and the value of transaction in which money enters it, in which the former value is greater. So whatever the money value, the money leaves the country. When the money leaves the country, often we are purchasing from other country, we are importing from other country. That is called, in our country, money leaves from our country, isn't it? So, and the value of transaction in which money enters in. When the money will enter, when we will, what is mean by import and export? We can say export means, what is the meaning? We are selling the goods, isn't it? So often we are importing from other country means what will happen? Often the money is leaving from our country. So often our country money is leaving to other country means what is the effect? Exactly what will happen? An adverse balance means more money leaves the country than it enter into the country. So it is a strongly negative sign for the country's economy, isn't it? So often our country money is going to other country means what will happen? Our country economy will spoil. So that whatever we will try to, whatever goods we are importing from other country, we will try to produce the same product in our country so that we can avoid the adverse balance of payment, isn't it? So let us move on to how the entrepreneur is utilizing the latent resources. What does mean by latent resources and what is how they are utilizing the full utilization of the resources? Resources like economic, human, material, natural resources. Let us see one by one. Full utilization of latent resources. What does mean by latent resources? Latent means the hidden resources. See, entrepreneurship is promoting entrepreneurship. By promotion of entrepreneurship, by encouraging a small, medium, what does mean by latent resources? Latent means hidden resources. See, promotion of entrepreneurship across the country. We are going to promote lot of entrepreneurship. So across the country, it will lead to the unutilized goods also will be utilized in the proper manner. So it leads to the better utilization of resources which would remain otherwise unutilized in a country. What are all the resources are not utilized in the country, that will be utilized only by the entrepreneurship. So what are all the resources? Economic resources and human resources, material resources and natural resources. So in other words, establishment, see what they will do, how they will implement the resources by establishing the small, medium, micro enterprises, and they will, entrepreneurship will start the enterprises all over the country. It paves the way for harnessing all latent resources in the country. Harnessing means we are utilizing in the full utilization to the optimum level utilization. We call it as a harnessing. So we are going to utilize whatever the resources, hidden resources. Latent means what is the meaning? All the hidden resources will be utilized in the optimum level. How they are going to utilize all the resources? By establishing the small enterprises or medium enterprises or micro enterprises. So through that they are going to start the enterprises all over the country. So it paves the way for harnessing all latent resources in the country. Now economic power in few hands. It is reduction of concentration of economic power in few hands. See, entrepreneurship, we are starting a business, isn't it? So everybody can become a rich person. The possibilities are there. So it is not possible to any one kind of people alone can reach, other can want to, always the employer want to be the employee, want to be in a same position. Say employee also can come as a boss, become as a boss by through sheer dint of merit, sheer dint of his own perseverance and practice, he can become an entrepreneur. So promotion of entrepreneurship by encouraging. See, we have to encourage a small, medium, micro enterprises to prevent the economic power in the few hands. So we have to start. For what we have to do? We have to promote the faster industrialization and bring about that. We have to distribute the wealth in an equitable manner. So equitable distribution of wealth in the society is very important, so that only entrepreneurs are getting lot of advantages in the bank. If you go to bank, so many loans are available, so many lot of subsidies are giving. So to promote the entrepreneurship in our country, so that they are giving lot of privileges. Then next one is better standard of living. Better by promoting the entrepreneurship, entrepreneurs also provide a lot of well-being measures. We are using, for example, I am starting a company. So I am an entrepreneur for my company. In my company, lot of employees are there. So what I will do? I want to give a very good concession. I have to give salary. I have to give perks. I have to give bonus. So how much I am taking care for my employee? They must have the bondage between the enterprises and me. So I have to create a good relationship with me and also the employee. So it provides a lot of well-being measures. Who is providing? Entrepreneur is providing a lot of well-being measures to their employee. Besides paying the salary, wages, even though they are paying salary, wages, they are going to give some scholarship for their child welfare. So lot of welfare, and also they have to supply a good products and good quality product at a fair price. So they have to upgrade their standard of living. Some of the entrepreneurs who have genuine concern for the welfare of the general public, few entrepreneurs are there. They are having a genuine concern. We must give good products to the public. So such an entrepreneur definitely will supply a good quality goods at a fair price. So for what reason? They have to save the public and they have to save the public money. They are more concerned about the public welfare. So this in turn helps consuming. What they will do? They will consume lot of the same product. They will consume and the same product more and more, and the entrepreneur can get more money and spends liberally on comfort and convenience goods which are supposed to enhance the standard of living to the general public. So high standard of living brought about the entrepreneurship, narrowed down the gap between the have and have-nots. So they will fill the gap between who is having. See, rich people can afford to pay a more. They will afford to pay more price. So whereas the poor people cannot afford to pay the more price. So the poor people also get the same product. So such a kind of, who was having that kind of mentality? Those who are having a genuine entrepreneur can give supply a good quality goods at a fair price, so they can earn more profit because they are going to fill the gap between the have and have-nots. And have and have-nots means they are going to fill the gap between the rich and the poor. Rich and the poor. Everybody must enjoy the whatever. They are going to enjoy the product. Then next one, entrepreneur means what? Intrapreneur means what? What is the manager? Let us compare, and also we are going to know the differences. What is the intrapreneur? Who is an intrapreneur? First let us know about intrapreneur. Entrepreneur means you know very well. He is a free thinker. He is a owner of a business. He is innovator. He was a creator. So many things we have heard about the entrepreneur. There is no explanation is needed for entrepreneur. Whereas we are going to give explanation only for intrapreneur. Intrapreneur is he is forced to do the work inside the business campus. So intrapreneur is one who thinks and acts like an entrepreneur for the firm's development during the course of employment in an organization. So intrapreneur is described to be an inside entrepreneur. He will be an employee in an organization and he will think always for the development of the enterprises, development of an organization. So an entrepreneur with a large firm who uses entrepreneurial skill without incurring the risk associated with those activities. Intrapreneur means what? An entrepreneur is described to an inside entrepreneur. An entrepreneur means within a large firm who uses the entrepreneur skill without incurring the risk associated with those activities. He is not going to associate with risk. Entrepreneur is not going to associate with risk. Always he is going to work only for the welfare of the business firm. Then, entrepreneur are usually, who is an entrepreneur? He is an employee of a company. Entrepreneur means who? He is an employee of a company who are assigned to a particular project. He will assign to a particular project and he is going to employ in the particular project. Otherwise, who are arranged to work on a special idea for any special project. Any project means he is the only person is going to look after all the ideas and also throughout the project he is going to work out. Then, entrepreneur usually use the resources and he is going to use all the resources and he is going to use all the capabilities of the firm to work for the project. Then he is going to work for the project or he is going to work for the idea. And who is a manager? Manager is nothing but he is going to render the service in the business firm. So let us move on to the differences between the entrepreneur and also the entrepreneur. Now let us move on to the differences between entrepreneur and entrepreneur. First one, thinking. Entrepreneur is a free thinker. Entrepreneur is forced to think independently but within the scope of business activities undertaken to the business. He is depending upon the ideas or depending upon the project, he is going to think. And entrepreneur, dependency. Entrepreneur is an independent person. So, entrepreneur is an independent person. Entrepreneur is dependent on the entrepreneur because he is an employee of the concern. Then fund mobility. Entrepreneur is going to mobilize the fund from the finance for the venture. So he is the only financier for the venture. He is going to start the new business. So he is going to bring the capital for the business. Here in case of fund mobility, entrepreneur is not going to invest anything else. He is not going to mobilize any fund. The fund is his ideas and only his resources. Whatever the talent alone, he is going to invest in the project and also the ideas. Then reward. Entrepreneur is going to, what is the profit for the entrepreneur? The only reward is profit is the reward for the business. Already we have learned in the 11th standard. So in economics also you have studied, isn't it? Rent theory. So profit is the reward for the businessman. Whereas in the entrepreneur is going to get salary, perks and also he is going to get bonus and he is going to get ex gratia, lot of benefits. What are all the gratuity, PF, everything he is going to get as an employee. He is going to get more benefit in the, what are all the benefit is available in the employment in organization. All the benefit is enjoyed by the entrepreneur. And risk bearing. Entrepreneur is going to face the risk because his business is uncertainty. So depending on whatever the uncertainty condition will come, he is going to bear the risk of the business. Here he is not going to take any risk. Entrepreneur is not going to take any risk. Then what is the status? Entrepreneur is the owner of a business, whereas the entrepreneur is a salaried employee of the business. So let us see, entrepreneur is rewarded by profit for the risk bearing. Then risk bearing, entrepreneur bears the risk involved in the venture undertaken. Here entrepreneur does not bear any risk in the venture and does not even share the risk inherent in the project or work assigned. He is not going to share the risk also. He is not going to share the risk with the entrepreneur. So however the entrepreneur is accountable for the project has taken, whatever the project he has taken or assigned, he is going to take the, he is accountable for the project and ideas alone. He is not going to take the risk and he is not going to share the risk from the entrepreneur. Then what is the status? Entrepreneur is the owner and does not report to anybody in the venture because he is the ultimate owner, isn't it? So he is not going to report to anybody else. He is the topmost person in the business. Here, an entrepreneur, he is a salaried employee. So entrepreneur, he is a salaried employee. So entrepreneur works within the control put in a place of organization and is made accountable for the activities undertaken. So particular jobs or particular project he has given means in that particular job he is accountable, and what are all the jobs he has completed, he must, the entrepreneur must report to the entrepreneur. So because whatever the job he is doing, he is accountable person. Any defect means he is the only responsible person. That is called accountability. Means what? The responsibility is vested with the entrepreneur. Then operation. Entrepreneur is going to go outside because whatever it may be, he wants to get more customer means he wants to go outside the enterprises. Or if you want to get any bank loan, or if you want to meet any customer, if you want to get any project or machines, anything else, he wants to go outside and do the work. So, entrepreneur operates mostly outside the enterprises. Entrepreneur operates mostly inside the enterprises because whatever the project idea, everything is inside the business premises only. So, he is going to work inside the business premises. Then let us move on to entrepreneur and also the manager. What is the motive of the entrepreneur? He wants to start the new business. That is the only motive of the entrepreneur. What is the motive of the manager? He wants to render the services for the organization with a full and fair view. He is going to render the services with most dedication. At most dedication, he must do the service to the business organization. So what is the status? He is the owner for the concern. Who is the owner? Entrepreneur is the owner for the concern. Manager, he is the salaried employee. Like entrepreneur, manager also the salaried employee. But he is going to get, he is also accountable for the jobs and ideas, everything. Risk, my entrepreneur is going to bear the uncertainty risk. Whatever any loss will come, he is going to bear the risk. Here, manager, he is not going to bear the risk, and also he is not going to share the risk also. Entrepreneur is the only person. What is the reward for the business? Profit is the reward for the business. Manager, because of salaried employee, he is going to get salary, bonus, and also he is going to get lot of benefit. Whatever the benefit we are going to give in the business premises, all the benefits are enjoyed by the manager. And what is the skill he need? Entrepreneur need innovation, isn't it? Already we have studied innovation and the entrepreneur is closely intertwined with each other. So there is no exaggeration. Without the entrepreneur, innovation is impossible. So he is a creator, manager is a conceptual worker. So within the concept, within the framework, so this work we have to do in the prescribed format he will work. Because his project and his idea is within the framework only. He is not going to move on apart from his framework. So he is going to work within the conceptual framework of ideas. So manager requires conceptual skills, and what is he needed? Apart from the conceptual skill, he needed human skills, human relationship skill. He must interact with the person, employee, and all the superior and also the subordinate. So this is how we have learned today's portion. Next, let us move on to the women entrepreneur. What are all the opportunities and also the challenges faced by the women entrepreneur? Let us learn. Thank you, girls.